Hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 165. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back each week. Please click that little red subscribe button down below, and if you click the bell icon next to it, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and usually on Wednesdays, but we're going to have an extra one this week. So anyway, let's get started. I hope you all had a wonderful Merry Christmas. We're gearing up for the new year this week, the new decade this week. I am wearing the Drachenfels shawl. It's very warm and cozy. This dark section here is actually alpaca of some variety. I forget which because I won this in a giveaway. The other colors that are in here, let me take this off to show it to you. The other colors are actually a yarn that is on sale at Knit Picks this month, and that is these two colors. These are hawthorn yarns. One is a hawthorn speckled, that's the gray, and if you look close you can see speckles in it. And the light purple that is in it is also a hawthorn tonal color. So this is one of my favorite Afghans, one of my favorite shawls. This is by Melanie Berg, and Drachenfels is German for Dragon's Hill. So if you look at it, this is supposed to be the dragon's tail. It's an asymmetrical shawl, and you can see these are done with slipped stitches. And then it goes into a bunch of various stripings. And yeah, it's very comfortable. It's cozy. It's too big of a shawl to like wear kerchief style. So, but it's perfect for draping around your shoulders on chilly days like today. So that's the shawl I am wearing. Now, I made this a couple of years ago, but I do wear it a lot just because it's just snuggly and it's lightweight, but yet it's warm. So I do have one finished object and a sort of finished object for this week. I made, just in time for Christmas, one more head kerchief, and this one is in red. It's kind of a cranberry color. This is the virus shawl pattern. And yeah, so I got that done in time for Christmas. And I finished the back of my pullover. This is a cabled sweater by, I believe it was Barocco or Bernat. It's not made, the pattern isn't available anymore. But I am doing the back plain. So I finished, you can see the arms start, the armholes start right here and go up to here. And here's the shoulders on each side. The stitches that are still on the needles here are kept in reserve for the neckline. So you can see from my progress keeper how far I have gone this week. And like I said, the back is now finished. It's really, really soft. So now to get the front done and then the sleeves and the collar. So I'm looking forward to wearing this because it is squishy, it's soft, and I love the color. It's just a real light, pale, rosy pink. And it has alpaca. It's an acrylic, but it has alpaca in it. So it's very, very soft. And I actually only used about a skein and a half going up the back because this is all that's left of the back. Now I'll do my other knitting project and then I'll do my crochet project that I'm working on. This is like a Rosie the Riveter type of Rosie hat. This was given to me by Kim at Appalachian Sock Company. This is a sock blank, and I actually sewed it in the back. However, what I found when I put it on is my head must be small, probably because there's a small brain contained inside. But yeah, it's wide here to cover your ears. But when it stays wide in the back, it was actually popping over the top of my head and shooting off the top. It was really not attractive. I had that problem with everything. Things just shoot off the top of my head. So anyway, I unraveled it, and I'm doing this 2 at a time so that both sides are even. So I've got them on the same needle. I'm doing them just like you would for 2 at a time socks. But I am narrowing it a little at a time. You can see around the edges here. And I'm just doing garter stitch. And so I am narrowing it as it goes so that once it gets to the back of my head, it'll be enough so that it'll stay in place. So it won't hopefully shoot off the top of my head anymore. But I did wear it to work one day. It was very, very warm, other than my head's too small. So I just am going to adjust that so I can wear it, but it's going to be very pretty when it's done. It's got sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you can see some sparkles. So, yeah, so that was my other knitting project. And then my crochet project is the Forever Sweater, well, cardigan. I really thought I was going to have the sleeves done this week. I tried it on and realized I need to do another round. I did fix the sleeve. If you remember last week, I had to completely rip out one of the sleeves because I realized one was wider than the other. So I ripped back that sleeve and got it caught up to the other, and then I've added a repeat on top of that. So these are dropped sleeves. So here it is. These are dropped sleeves on this sweater. So I have another round to go till I get to the orange again. So I have another blue and then yellow and green. And then when I get to the final orange, it should be about the right length. And then I'm going to edge the whole thing with one of the colors. I'm not sure which. It will not be the orange. I'll either edge it with the green or the blue or the yellow. So there it is. So I have 2 sleeves of equal width and equal size at this point. So there it is. Boy, I hope this is not huge on me. It sure feels like it's big. I feel like I've been knitting this forever, or crocheting this forever. But I really hope I get this done next week. So that is the extent of my making this week with with having company and Christmas. I got more done than I thought I would, but I wish I could have gotten done more. But I would rather visit with my grandkids and my kids, so we were doing that. So now it's time to see what you all have been making. However, I did want to point out one thing in here. You will see my coworker submitted an entry this week into the show and tell segment, and it is a Afghan that she started for her mother back in 1984. And then it got set aside and life got in the way, and she finally got back into finishing it. She told me, she sent me an email this morning that she had it finished. So she hopes to give it to her mother for New Year's. But it's really a pretty stitch, and I will write down what the name of the stitch is in the pattern, in the captions. I will tell you what the stitch is, but it is a really, really pretty pattern. So I might have to check that one out for myself. So with that, let's take a look at what you all have been making. Okay, now we're up to acquisitions. I finished up, if you've been watching, the yarn advent calendar / Vlogmas that I did. I really didn't intend for the 24th and 25th to end up together. When I edited, somehow they ended up mixed mashed together, so you got to see both days in one. But let me show you what I've gotten in there since last week. If you watched the advent calendar, you saw it all, but I'll just recap a little bit. We have this yarn here, which is Bayview Fiber Arts. It's Providence Bay Sock is the base, and it's called Hello Kitty, and it's really pretty. The colors are very true to form. It is all creams and grays and tans and browns. Very, it's my colors. Yeah, although most everything is my colors. But anyway, yes, that was the one. And then here is another Claudia hand-painted yarn. This is the Addiction base in Argyle Socks. It's almost a black. It literally almost looks like it's black. You can see, a little bit lighter toning here and there, but it's a deep, especially on the ends here, you can see a little bit of toning in there, but not much. It's mostly a black. And then there was this one, which is Madeline Tosh Merino Light, and the color is Fig. And it's a brown with some shades of, very faint shades of like a green undertone in it. But then the last day of the podcast, but then the last day of the advent calendar, I got this Progress Keeper. I got this little Notions box, which opens up, and there's a big section here, and then each of these open individually, and those are divided sections. So that is really nice. And then I've been showing you sock blanks she sent. Well, this is a hat blank. So it's two are the same and one is slightly different. So the two that are the same are this one, and there's hats and mittens on it. And then I have two of those. And then I have one that is in a different shade. And this is a Erin or DK weight. I don't see the label to it. But she gave me that. It is a tweed, and this is her yarn. And then she gave me a pom-pom, which I've never had a fur pom-pom. It's not real fur, but it's a fur pom-pom. And it is the type that has the snap on the back right here. So you actually unsnap this and sew it to the hat, and you can actually snap the pom-pom off when you get ready to wash the hat. And the pom-pom is from Barnett Wool Company. So that is the name of the company that makes these pom-poms with the backs on them. And if you're interested, Susan B. Anderson has a video on how to attach this. However, since I sew, I think I can figure this out. So yes, I will be making a hat. And I think what I'm going to do is put this one, and then I'm going to put this in the middle, and then the one that matches the bottom at the top. So I think that's how I'm going to put it together when I do it. And it's very, very soft too. And again, that is Karen's Yarns, which is SSK Yarners. Now, something else I wanted to answer for you all. Some of you have asked, what am I going to do with all of the Advent yarn that I got? Here's what my plan is. It is going to be, my next step is going to be to lay all of it out in a color-pleasing palette. I kind of played with it a little bit the other day, but I want to group like the like colors together and try to work out a way I want them to flow. And then that is going to get made into, I believe, a hitchhiker, which is it's like a shawlette. It's a scarf type of shawl. It's considered a shawl, but it's not a deep shawl. But it has little jagged teeth, like along the edge. And so each little section, I'm thinking, would be perfect to change the colors in, because there's 42 teeth to the shawl. And I have 24 mini skeins. So I can almost get two. I will get a little bit more than two out of there. So that's what I'm planning, although plans could change, but that's kind of where I'm headed at this point with what to do with that yarn. So we shall see, but that's kind of where I'm leaning, or just to make a scrappy bias shawl, which means an asymmetrical shawl, and you just keep adding it and adding it and adding it and getting it bigger and bigger. So it's going to be one of those two. So little update on what I'm going to do with the Advent yarn. Then I had some lovely viewers send me a couple more things. Sarah May sent me a very nice card. And Kathy Tinkler, who I think has been watching the podcast pretty much since it began, she sent me a nice card, as well as a bookmark with a cross on the end, and some peppermint bark, which may or may not have gotten eaten already. Actually, it got eaten like almost right away. My grandkids scoped it out too, so I shared it with my grandkids, so less calories for me. So we just kind of broke it in little pieces, and all of us enjoyed it, and it was very tasty. So yes, chocolate in the house is just not a safe thing. It's not going to last. So I don't have that to show you, but we'll just take my word. It was good. So what did I get for Christmas? I got two, from my mother, I got two diamond art butterfly paintings, which are in blue. I didn't bring them here to show you, but I'm going to finish those, and our upstairs bathroom is blue, so I think that's where those will go eventually. And she also gave me a battery-operated nail clipper. Pointy object. The whole idea of sticking my finger inside something and waiting for it to trim it, it's like, it sounds scary and painful. But I might give it a try. I don't know. Years ago, my sister-in-law at the time, my brother's first wife, wanted in the worst way this electronic hair remover thing that you plugged in, and you were supposed to like use it on your legs, and it was supposed to like zap, by electrolysis, it was supposed to zap the hair off of your legs. So she wanted this thing, so my parents got it for her for Christmas, and she decides she's got to go try it. So she goes running into the bathroom. All of us are standing outside the door. We can hear it turn on, and we hear her using it. It sounded just like one of those zappy bug things, you know, the snapping noises. Yeah, that's what we heard. Snapping, popping, followed by ow, 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 ow. She came out and she goes, "Can you take it back? I don't think I like it." And it was so, she was like, "That was painful." It pretty much yanked the hair out of my leg. So yeah, so anyway, we will determine whether we are going to let the battery operated fingernail clipper do its thing or not. Me and pointy objects don't get along real well. So anyway, I got that. And then our kids both gave us pictures of the family and gift cards to like Olive Garden, Red Lobster, that group of restaurants. So we're looking forward to using that. Now, Dave and I do something different for Christmas. We actually don't buy each other anything for Christmas. We go out between Christmas and New Year's, and we go out to dinner a couple times, and we set a little budget, and both of us go shopping, and we kind of make a day of it and hit some of the stores that we normally don't go to. So we did that actually today, but you will have to watch on Wednesday to see the footage of that. I did a little shopping. There is a yarn store up in Landisville, Pennsylvania, and they carry yarns that are their own, but they also carry English yarns. They carry some of the yarns that are hard to get in this area, like Brooklyn Tweed, Quince & Co., West Yorkland Spinner, West Yorkshire Spinners, Hedgehog Fibers, a lot of European yarns and things. So, yes, we went there. I did a little shopping, so you'll have to wait till next week to see what or till Wednesday. You have to wait till Wednesday to see what I got. And I'm putting in the footage of the craziness that ensued and the immense amounts of eating and things that we probably shouldn't have done, but it really tasted good. And yeah, we also do something else that's a little on the weird side. My husband and I Christmas shop right after Christmas for the following year for all of our grandchildren. For those of you who are new to viewing, I have 11 grandchildren. And we also end up buying for my brother's grandchildren and my brother-in-law's grandchildren. So by the time it's all said and done, there's lots of buying. We don't spend a whole lot, in all honesty. We really don't. But some of that's because of how we do this. We go in with a list, like we're going tomorrow, which will be Saturday. You're watching this on Saturday. While you're watching this, I'm out Christmas shopping for next year. And because so many of the stores are trying to get rid of their end of the year stock, we get it at a discount. So, yeah, we do not go the day after Christmas. That's just too crazy. But we go a couple days after Christmas and we go in with our list and we do a big bulk of the shopping for the grandkids for the following year. So, yes, while you're watching this, think of me. That's what I'm doing, fighting the masses and the hordes to try to go shopping for next year. So now it's time for our update on our holiday along, which ends Tuesday night at midnight. It has run since October 1st. It will be ending on December 31st. So it has been a very productive 3 months. There has been a lot of progress. Neither team is going to actually reach Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, but it pretty much looks like Team Crochet is going to step foot on U.S. soil because you are not that far from San Francisco. So let me give you the updates. Now I'm doing the updates for both Team Knit and Team Crochet this week because Sara had a lot going on and she has littles still at home. She has some little ones and they had a lot of family stuff going on. So she asked me if I would do both and I said, sure. So Team Crochet has accomplished 14,000 yards this past week. They have 9,216 yards to go until they reach San Francisco. So seeing some of the projects that are coming in on the holiday along, I'm betting we will touch on U.S. soil before the end of the holiday along. Okay, now Team Knit has knocked it out of the park this week. You have done 10,000 yards this week. That's the highest week yet. It is second, or the only one that is less. The only one that is close to that was week 2, which was 5,144 yards. So you like doubled your highest number last week. So you are still in the process of flying to New Delhi, India, but you've completed the flight over Iran and Pakistan. So you only have 150 miles, which is the equivalent of 1,656 yards to go to reach New Delhi, India by the end of the holiday along. So, yes, that's our progress there. Now it's time for... Now, in our Come and Get It section, there are a lot of end-of-year sales, okay? So normally I show you pictures of different patterns, but because there's like big chunks of sales, I'm just going to tell you what those sales are rather than show you pictures of specific patterns. So Annie's is having an end of the year clearance sale. It's an additional 25% off of what's in the clearance section. So it's already marked down and then it's going to be an additional 25% off of that. There's no coupon code needed. They've already marked it down. You can just go over and you'll see it pop up and just click on it and shop to your heart's content. Bluprint is running a deal of the decade because, of course, we're changing from 2019 to 2020. They are offering up to 70% off of their clearance. So that is over at Bluprint. Consumer Crafts, if you've seen the 3-tiered cart, that is still on sale for $25 per cart. They come in like silver, rose gold, black, white, pink, teal, red, blue. a whole bunch of colors. I probably have left some out. But anyway, they're $25 a piece, which is about almost $5 cheaper than they normally are. And if you order over $49, you can get free shipping here in the U.S. Create for Less is offering up to 70% off in their clearance section. The dollar store, of course, has dollar yarn, especially the wool, which I have bought. They carry it in gray and in white, and you only have to buy a quantity of 6. If you do like the red, you do have to buy like 100 and some skeins of yarn. But in the white and in the gray, you can get it. It's like a fingering weight to sock weight yarn. You can get it for $1 per skein. It's 100% wool, and there's, I believe, 107 yards per skein, and you only have to buy a bulk of 6. So it's very doable, and you can actually have it delivered to your local store and then just go pick it up so you don't even have shipping involved. So Ice Yarns is also running end of the year sales, but they're too numerous to mention, so just go over and check them out. Knit Crate, as always, offers 20% off of your first subscription box. You do need to use a coupon code KCreations20 to get that 20% off. Knit Picks, which is also We Crochet, is offering an end of year yarn sale. So there's like all different types of sales over there, and their the yarn of the month is the color that I mentioned, or the yarns that I mentioned here. It's their Hawthorn yarns, and they come in tonal, they come in speckled, they come in different weights and things, but they're 20% off right now. And Leisure Arts is having huge discounts on their patterns. It's like a 50%, at least 50% off. I looked at one pattern that was like a $3 pattern, and they were selling it for, I think it was $1.08 or $1.06, which is like huge. It's more than 50% off. So, yeah, that's Leisure Arts. And again, you do not need a coupon code. It's already been marked down. You can just go check them out. And Lion Brand all month long, this will be ending December 31st, is offering 40% off of their yarn and their kits through December 31st. You do need to use a coupon code for that one. It is DEC40. So the links to all of those sales are down below in the description box. If you just click the little Show More button, it will drop down and you can click through whichever thing you're interested in. It'll take you right over to that page to check them out. I do get a small commission out of any sales, which has actually come in pretty handy because I ordered a little bit better lighting. As you'll notice, I'm still filming in my kitchen this week because it is 7 o'clock at night. Up in my regular spot that I film in, if I don't film during the daytime, the lighting is horrible. So I'm filming down in my kitchen, but I ordered a little bit better lighting system, so I hope that helps. I also ordered another camera. So the camera I am using that you are watching this on, I have had for probably, I've used it since I started my podcast, which has been a little over 3 years, but we had it before that. It doesn't do close-up focusing, so when I hold yarn up, it doesn't focus real well. This one is supposed to do that. And it's also meant for vlogging, so I'm hoping to get a lot of use out of this. It's supposed to have a little bit better picture quality, so I hope it works out. That's ordered. It won't come in for a couple of weeks. But, yeah, so I'm hoping that that will help. So, like I said, what goes into the podcast pot goes back out to go buy things for either giveaways or updating equipment so that we can have a little bit better podcast, because I really would like things to be able to focus, especially when I do tutorials and things. It's really important that the camera focuses really well, and the camera I'm using just doesn't have a focus ability. So, yeah, I hope it works. We'll see. So that is it for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. And this week, again, Wednesday, you will get to check out the shenanigans of Dave and I going on our Christmas shopping, and I'm going to also do some footage of us running around Ollie's discount store as we shop for our grandchildren for next year. So I'm going to film that, so all of that's going to be on Wednesday's podcast, and you'll get a sneak peek at what I bought. And then on Thursday, there will be the final holiday along video which will be all of the projects from December. And I will also be announcing the winner of the holiday along for myself. Go over and check out Sarah's channel after the holiday along ends to go see who is going to be the winner on hers. I think she's announcing it on the 2nd of January as well, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Because like I said, she's got a lot of things going on right now. But as for me, I will be announcing the winner on January 2nd. So make sure you watch on Thursday to see the final video of the holiday along projects and to see if you are the winner of the prizes for my podcast. So, which will be yarn, a book, and a project bag. So, make sure you check it out on Thursday and, like I said, on Wednesday to see the craziness that goes on when we go shopping together. So thanks again for watching and Happy New Year. Have a safe trip. So thanks again for watching. Have a safe and happy New Year. And I will see you on Wednesday, Thursday, and again on next Saturday. Bye, everybody.